Hello everyone, welcome to the Green Man channel. Hope you're doing good and well. So time for another album review this Sunday, and I've got some more black metal here for you with the third studio album from the band Cloak. This is their release Black Flame Eternal, which came out via Season of Mist on Friday just gone, and the album is 9 tracks and 49 minutes in length. So this is the kind of black metal that I really enjoy, because it sort of isn't just that sort of straight up classic sound, the pummeling, blast beats and the sort of same bars of guitar riff repeating over and over. Not that that is necessarily all classic black metal, but I tend to find with black metal I like it when it just introduces a few other elements to the sound, which is probably why I'm such a big fan of bands that, like Enslaved for instance, that just brings something different to black metal. And that's why I think one of the reasons I really liked this particular album. Now think Behemoth with those giant riffs, but season that sound with some gothic sounding metal, maybe like Tribulation. You have something which is maybe getting closer to the sound that Cloak bring to the table here. And, there's a lot I like about this album, if you hadn't already guessed. I like some of the melodic lead guitar work, which sounds really sharp a lot on this album. There aren't loads of solos, but when their solos are used, I think, selectively at the right times. The riffage is huge when it comes in, and when it hits, you'll notice, because it sounds fantastic. The drum work is excellent, and I think does enough, to keep you in tune with everything else that was going on the album as well. The mixing's pretty good, and something else I just want to mention is how they close songs with some interesting vocal moments, where the singer, Scott Taysom, sort of will say a kind of final words, and it'll kind of echo and fade out with the song. I really like that sort of finish to some of the songs on this album. So let's just go through the lineup quickly then of this band, who I don't particularly know very well, so this is pretty much my introduction to this band. So you've got Scott Taysom on vocals and guitars, Max Brigham on guitars, Sean Bruno on drums, and Billy Robinson on the bass guitar. So let's go into some of the tracks on this dynamic black metal album. So you've got here a commanding start with Ethereal Fire, which just brings in, straight away with the kind of cool drum blast and tremolo riffing. But again, they know how to develop this track. They develop it to a really good climax, and really enjoy that first track on this album. But if you think that's good, then wait till you get to With Fury and Allegiance. And the riffs in this track are just an absolute blast. They're fantastic. And, some really cool stuff going on. Some groove as well. If you like a bit of groove in your riffage, then I think you'll like With Fury and Allegiance quite a bit. That one's for you. Shadowlands reins things in a little bit with a darker and, as I say, more gothic sound, dare I say it, on this track. Another good one to balance the album out, I think, a bit with tempos and slightly different ideas. And I always welcome that in this kind of an album as well. One of the album highlights rather is Invictus, with that giant riff. I mean, this is a great riff in this song, which kind of is, one of those kind of like sliding chords that they do, but just mix it up really well. Great spoken word moments in this track as well, and more good stuff from the vocalist, Scott, again. And Seven Thunders introduces some of those guitar solos I mentioned earlier, and does it very, very well, times them beautifully in the track. And again, you get more interesting dynamics in this track, more good stuff to digest. And another fantastic song comes as The Holy Dark, which is track 7. And this one kind of just has really good, like, little choral vocal moments, which are just, they're not very loud in the track. They're sort of in the backgrounds, but they complement, like, in an almost question and answer style, the music just extremely well. And it's another great track with some more memorable riffs to add to the mix. And that's what this is. I think this is going to be, I would be surprised if this doesn't end up being certainly one of my favourite black metal albums of the year. Like I say, this is probably the best black metal I think I've heard so far in 2023. I've heard actually some other good albums, but certainly if this weekend you're wondering whether to check out Immortal, or you're wondering whether to check out Cloak, I would say give Cloak a listen first, for sure. This stuff is just, yeah, just for me, there's just much more meat to the bone. This is a meat feast. This isn't just the bare bones of an old black metal band. This is like the new kids on the block bringing a fantastic black metal feast with new flavours to the table. So go and enjoy your meal. I think I did all right there, right? Anyway, let's leave this review there. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to drop a sub to the channel if you enjoy these kind of reviews. I haven't even given a score for this yet. So before I sign off, let me give my score, which is going to be, I think, only the second 9 out of 10 of this year. I mean, I've given quite a few 8s. I've given a lot of 8s this year, but this is only the second 9 out of 10 this year. And it goes to this well-deserving album, Black Flame Eternal by Cloak. Go check it out. But for me, and for tonight, it's bye for now.